What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we're going to be building something cool. I think it's one of the coolest things. We're going to be building an AI study planner. We'll be using the Palm 2 API to generate the study plan. What will happen is we'll have a text field. We'll be able to give it a topic, and then using that topic, it'll be able to generate a whole study plan, the times and everything for you in a table format. And I think that's pretty cool. We'll be using Typescript, and of course, I think I already mentioned that we'll be using the Palm 2 API. So I'm excited about this. I hope you're going to love the video. So let's just jump into it and see how this thing looks.
Alright guys, so here we are. So like in almost all my videos, the first thing that we always do is to create a folder. So I've already created an empty folder here. I've coded YC, actually I should have coded YT, but alright, let's go with that. So if you're using Ubuntu, you'd go ahead and open that folder in a terminal. Just type code dot, and that is going to open that folder in VS Code. Alright, so here we are. So go to your terminal, open up a new terminal, and in the terminal here, you're going to type npm install -g create next app. Okay, you wait for that to load. All right, so once that's done, the next thing is to create a new NextJS project, and we're going to do that with Typescript. So let's go ahead and type npx create next app -- Typescript. Oops, there's a typo there. Okay, Typescript. Let's call it the same name. Okay, yeah, let's just give it the same name. YC AI study plan. Right, looks good, right? Okay, oops, seems we've got a mistake there. Okay, move that slash, go ahead. So you're gonna say yes for that. Tailwind, yes. Source directory, say yes. Would you like to use the app router? Yes. Would you like to customize the import? Let's go ahead and say no. Okay, then you wait for it to finish its thing there. And you're going to see that a couple of things have already been created here. We've got a public. In a moment, we're going to see a favicon being generated here. We also have, oh yeah, it's actually inside the source directory. So yeah, let's just give it a moment to load. And if you come here now, you've got a new folder, and if you go inside source, you've got a couple of things that have been generated here for you. And yeah, let's just wait for it to finish. Right, looks like we are done. Yeah, it's done. So you're gonna go ahead inside the source directory. Let's go inside the app directory, and we're gonna create a new folder here. And this folder, we're gonna call it API. This is essentially where we're gonna keep all the routes. And let's create a new folder again. We'll call it Palm, and inside here. Actually, you know what, let's come inside Palm, and let's create a new file in here, and we'll call this file route.ts. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And right, let's just keep that one just like that for now, and go back to the app directory just inside here. Oops. Sometimes this fails, but okay. So let's go components, components. Right, then inside components we are going to create another file. This one we'll call it table.tsx. This is going to be for our table. Okay, looks good. Let's go ahead and close that. So we've got API, PALM, and we've got components. Now the very next thing to do after this is just get back to this source directory, and inside the source directory we're going to create a new file. So let's get a new file in here. Actually, let's take a look at what is happening here. Okay, so we've got source, we've got so right here inside the source we need to have a new file in here. So sometimes this user challenge. Okay, so inside here we're going to say types.ts. Okay, looks good. So we're going to have types.ts. I think that we should probably start with this same file in here. Let's go type export type let's call it study plan object. Okay, which should be equal to, inside here it's a day, should be a number. Then let's also define the hours. This should be a number. Close that, don't forget to close. Let's go and define the subtopic. This one is going to be a string. Okay, don't forget to close it up. And then we'll also define the topics. This one will also be a string. Okay, let's go ahead and close that. Don't forget to save, and we're done for that. Now let's go to components, and then we'll go to table. Now inside here I actually kept because we're going to be doing some HTML for this, but maybe before we get to that, let's deal with the API. Okay, so let's go to API and then we'll go to routes. So let's just deal with the API. Obviously we're going to be doing a couple of imports, but for now let's just get to write out the code. So let's go import the brackets. Let's go next request, and say next response. Okay, next line. Let's import the text service client. Text service client. Okay. So this one will be coming from the package that we'll be installing in a moment. So this one will be coming from Google AI generative language. Okay. And just hope we didn't miss anything on that spelling. Alright, don't forget to close that. Let's go ahead and also import the Google Auth. Google Auth outside here. This one will be coming from what package? This one will be coming from the Google Auth library. Okay, looks good. Close that. And then let's also define a constant here, and then we'll call this one remove md. Should be equal to, this should be require, and then in brackets we'll say remove markdown. Okay, looks good. Don't forget to close that. Get back to that in a moment. Let's go ahead and define another constant here. This one we'll call it the model. This one will be the model name, and the model name that we'll be using from Google is the Bison model. So we'll say models / text Bison 001. Okay, and yeah, close it. Let's go ahead and create another constant. This one will be for the API key. Let's go say string equal to process.env dot, we'll call it palm key. You know what, before we proceed, let's go ahead and create an environment variable for this. So get a new file outside here, just say .env, let's rename that .env, and we just paste this here, equal to, and then we'll place the key there in a moment. So let's come back here. So let's go ahead and define another constant. This one will be auth. Should be equal to new. We're using Google for the authentication, so this will be new auth, open brackets, close bracket, dot from API key, and then we'll call the API key here, the one we just defined here. Okay, go ahead and close that. Let's go ahead and define another constant. This one we'll call it client, which will be equal to new text service client, and we'll open brackets and open curly brackets. Inside the curly brackets we'll say auth client, and then yeah, this is auth there. Okay, looks good. Don't forget to put a comma there, just remove that L. Okay, that's good, and then we're just gonna close it there. Nice. Now let's go say export async function post. This is going to be request, so we'll do a post request here, request also, and open curly brackets. Let's do a try here. Inside the try, oops, just make sure you're using the right brackets there. Inside the try, let's define a const. This one will be JSON. It should be equal to await request dot JSON. Okay. Open close brackets, comma, close that, and let's go and say console dot let's print out the log here. Okay. JSON dot days. So we print out the days here on the log. Let's go define another const. This one will be the prompt, but we'll call it prompt string. Okay, and this one will be create a study plan say days, topic. For the topic, you know what, actually might be missing something. Okay, so these are the two things we're supposed to be using. Okay, let's go replace that with that, and then we'll replace this with that. Okay, so just after topic, let's go do the $sign, and then inside curly brackets, let's call the JSON, and we'll call topics. I just hope that we defined topics. Did we define it? Okay, then we're gonna also call the daisy just before you close. So this will be days. This will also be days. Okay, looks good. Let's go say provide topics, because this is you now giving the model what it should spit out for you, right? So this is you giving it a prompt to study each day, not days, each day, provide response in the form of a JSON, in the form of, let's say, JSON array. Okay, then we're gonna close that. Go ahead and save that. Next, let's go create another const. Now this one, we're gonna call it stop sequences. So say any, and then we'll say this should be equal to that, and then you can close it. Next, just right after that, we're going to define another const. This one will be for the result. Let's go say await client dot generate text, right? Open brackets, open curly brackets. Inside the curly brackets, let's go say model, and then we'll call the model name here. We just defined it somewhere, yeah, right here. So that's what we're gonna call here, and then comma. Let's also define the temperature, which will set to 0.7ish, and then let's also define the candidate count. Okay, seem to be making a mistake there, and we'll set this one to 1. Besides that, let's also let's also set the top k. Top k, set it to 40. Let's go say top p. This one will set it to 0.95. What about the max output tokens? So we're gonna set the output tokens to 10. We'll set it to what? Set it to 1024. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Stop sequences. We define this to stop sequences. Okay. Don't forget to put a comma. Let's put some safety settings, and yeah, open open new box, brackets there. First one will say category. Let's say harm category, derogatory, right? And just right outside this, we're gonna say threshold should be 1. Okay. You want to go outside that and put a comma, and we're basically going to be using the same thing, so I'm just going to copy this, and outside the comma there we'll paste it here, and we're going to change this derogatory to we'll change this second one to toxicity, and we'll set the threshold to 1. And the next one, don't forget to put a comma, and the next one we'll set it to violence, and we'll also set this one to 1. I think let's set it to, put a comma there. The next one we'll set, well, let's just put a comma, let's say sexual, right? Sexual. So these are safety settings, and we set this one also to 2. Next one will be medical, and it will also be set to 2. Let's go ahead and say medical, and the last will be dangerous, and we'll also set that to 2. Dangerous, and we'll keep that at 2 as well. Don't forget to put a comma, and let's put a comma here. Just below this, let's go say prompt, right? Let's go say text, and we'll call the prompt string that we just created, and put a comma. Let's go ahead and put another comma there, and then here we can just close it. Now the next thing that we're supposed to be doing, we're almost done here. Let's go say let res be result, and that should be 0 dot candidate, so this shouldn't be candidate count, should be candidates, and put an exclamation mark there, and we'll keep this to 0. And then let's also define the output. We'll put a comma. Oops. Let's say replace, and in brackets we will say JSON. After JSON, you're gonna put a comma, and just add empty brackets there, empty commas, empty air quotes. Let's go say res is equal to res dot replace, right? And inside brackets we are going to put 3 of these again, and just outside here, oops, not brackets, air quotes again. And let's go say resource is equal to remove md. If you remember, we created md earlier. Put a comma, just don't forget to close it. And for you who are from a Java background, you probably understand, the need to always close your statements. I started out with Android programming, so it's big in Java. You forget any of these things, you're gone. You're gone. I don't know if there's anyone that can relate as to what I'm talking about, but yeah, so let's go do that. Now inside here we'll say status 201 and put a comma. Let's go say headers, and on the headers, actually we're not using these brackets, we use these other curly brackets. Inside here, let's go say content type, and outside that we'll say application JSON, comma, and then we'll just close it there. And then since we're doing a try, now let's add our catch block here, and this is where we'll be checking for errors, right? So let's check for any errors here. So we'll say let let error response be equal to, oops, we need to get rid of that, status, and we'll say error, and then we'll add a comma there. Let's go also define a message. That should be error, the one we just defined in the parameters there. So let's close that. Don't forget to close. Let's say return new next response, right? Next response. Inside here we say JSON dot stringify, and we'll say error response. Okay, cool, looks good. Let's add a comma, and inside here let's say status should be 500 here. Add a comma. Let's also define the headers, and the first one obviously is content type. Oops. Content type, and the next one is application JSON. Okay, once it's done, don't forget to add your comma there, and don't forget to close it there. Okay, that should be good for this section, right? Let's just close this up now. Yeah, all right, let's close this out. We can see. So what we've done is we have defined a constant for the model that we'll be using, which is the text bison, and this is how it's defined if you check it out on Google. And we've also defined the palm key inside our environment variables here. And yeah, we also will be using the Google authentication, and that's how we are defining an auth constant here. We also have a constant for the client, and we have safety settings here, just to make sure that everything that the model is spitting out is safe. And we've got a couple of things also. We've got the temperature and candidate count, max tokens. You can set this to high or low depending on what you're doing. We've got a try catch block here to check for any errors, and we also have the statuses defined. So that's it for this section. Now what I'm going to do is we're just going to define some dependencies here so that we can just have everything completely set up in here. Now I already have the packages already lined up in this file that I created, so I'm just going to copy them here from here, and then I'll drop them in here, then we'll just sync them, right? So let's start with the Google dependency here. Let's go ahead and drop it there. We seem to, okay, we need to add a comment. All right, so the next thing is, from what I'm seeing, we've got the prefixer. What we don't have is the auth for the authentications, and we also, actually this is for the dev dependencies, so we might need to put this under the dependencies themselves, so that we can add a comma there, and then just get rid of this one. Okay, cool. So let's just check what else we're missing. I can see that we have the boss. Do we have React? Yeah, we've got React DOM. Kind of seems like we do not have React icons. We do not have remove markdown. We do have the rest, but we don't have these three. So what I'm seeing is we do not have these three, except of course for the last one. So we're gonna get rid of those, and yeah, so we want to get rid of this, and from what I'm seeing, of course we're using the dev dependency, so we'll need to run the dev command. So okay, now let's come back to the terminal. Let's run npm install. Okay, since we ran into an error, I don't know why that error is. So there's no such file. Interesting. Why? Okay, I don't get it. All right, so we need to enter the newly created folder. Okay, let's go cd into that firstly, and then might as well just clear all that. Let's go and run npm install now. Okay, that's good. So the thing we were missing was that we were not in the correct directory. Just go ahead and run that, and we've defined the route for the API, and now we are just installing dependencies. So we just wait for that to finish. In the meantime, as that is happening, let's go to layouts. Okay. Just a few things that we're going to be changing in here. Obviously we will be using the same global CSS for our styling, and I think we'll keep this as it is. We might want to change this to something like study planner, right? We'll go ahead and copy that, and yeah, let's work with the same here. That's good. Save that, and on the root layout, let's see. Yeah, okay. No, I think this we'll keep it as it is. It's fine. Okay, so our installations are done, and yeah, looks like a lot of things have been imported here. Of course, except I'm seeing an error on the API key. Okay. Okay, we'll get back to this. Now, obviously, the next thing is the CSS. So I already have the CSS here. So we're just going to be using this CSS that we have here. Right. I'm going to leave this stuff in the description for you to use. So that's for the global CSS. Now for the main page layout, I also have we're gonna get rid of this default stuff that is created for us, and we're gonna be using one that I just created. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it in here so that I don't get to bore you. But basically, yeah, we've got a button class there, and we're importing the table from components, which is this table here. And if you remember, we created a plan object inside here. Created a plan object somewhere. Yeah. So yeah, got all the plans, all the days, and basically that's it. Got our post requests, no catch there, and yeah. So let's go ahead and save this. That's for our main page. And now I think we've already done this one. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. We should be able to run this and see what happens. Actually, no, we still have to define the table. So I already have the table also here. So we'll just put the table in here. Let's go ahead and save. And yeah, basically I think that should be about it. If I'm missing anything, let's try to run this. npm npm f. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, so apparently it's running anything because we haven't put the key yet, but let's see how the interface looks first of all. So it's still compiling. Give it a moment. Okay, looks like we've got an error, and the error is coming from the table. Okay, what's the error? Okay, looks like we've got some issues on let's see how okay, so we're getting an error from tables. Actually, it's just that it's failing to link table. Let me check check in here. Yeah, So looks like we're having a challenge here. Calling our tables class. Could we copy the path? Let's try and paste it there. Okay. All right. So we've been given a suggestion here. Yeah, this is probably what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and paste that. I think that should be good. Let's see if we have something. Yeah, so we have it running. So this is our study planner. All right, looks cool. Now of course, if we say something like let's say large language models, right? And you select, maybe you want to study for like 6 days, and you go and hit that. Obviously we're going to be getting an error because we don't have the API key. Apparently we seem to be getting an error here. Not exactly const. Okay, so we have an issue in here. We need to call this const instead of cost. Okay, and save that. Can we check this again? Let's try that again. Okay, we're getting an error. So probably let's go ahead and get our key first of all here, and then put it in our environment variables. Let's go save that, and let's come back to our app here. If we try to, I'm just gonna copy that. Let's reload. Put that there. We try to hit that, we're still getting an error here. Attempted import. Okay, so it seems we are importing something that shouldn't be imported. So Google AI. Actually, you know what? I think the problem is we don't have this under dev. So I'm thinking we should probably get rid of these guys and have them under this guy here. This should probably fix it. Okay, go ahead and save that. Yeah, so we're just gonna close this connection. Let's say clear. Let's do npm install. Oops. Alright. Error. Let's say npm install. It says package.json must be an actual JSON. Oops. Alright. There we go. Got an error there. npm install. Okay. Okay. Now let's run this. Okay. Go ahead and reload. Should get some good feedback now, since we've put the key in as well. Right, so can I, nope. It's collage language modus. Let's select for this. Let's wait for some feedback. Okay, since we still getting an error there. Hit and generate. See what will happen there. Okay, we seem to be getting an error again. Yeah, guys, so this is me from the future. I ran into a couple of errors, and so now, hey guys, so this is me from the future. Hey guys, so this is me from the future. I ran into a couple of errors, but this is the final output. So let's say large language models, and we're gonna say, okay, I want to start this for like 8 days, and then we'll wait for it. So there you go. It gives you the study plan, the architecture of large language models on the second day. The third day you've got training large language models, and it also gives you the hours you should do there. And you also have subtopics there: presentation and defense. Present your project and answer questions. Defend your work. Choose a topic, defend a research plan, write a proposal. So yeah, this is what we were working on, and I hope, actually what could happen here is, there could be like an export button for this. So I thought this is pretty cool, and it's interesting. Eventually this could be like a connection or a link to like a quiz generator out of what has been generated here. But anyway, you guys can explore this, and I'm gonna leave the code on GitHub. I'll put the code on GitHub for you guys. So yeah, I hope you learned something new in this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.